Key themes. And Quat. The Legacy of Notre Dame and Quat is a fantasy novel that crosses the boundaries between legend and reality, past and present. It explores the meaning of human greed, love, and sacrifice through the adventures of the main characters who follow the mysterious treasure hidden in the Notre Dame Cathedral and the legend of Quasimodo. Main characters. 1. Emily, a historian and archaeologist dedicated to solving the mystery of Notre Dame Cathedral, and fascinated by the legend of Quasimodo. She tries to reveal the truth of the present through traces of the past too. Julian, Emily and #39's longtime friend and technology expert. He is in charge of deciphering the hidden secrets of Notre Dame using modern technology. He begins his adventure with Emily, but gradually comes face to face with his own hidden past. 3. Luke, a mysterious figure who is a rival for the legacy of Notre Dame. His identity and intentions are unclear until the very end. 4. The spirit of Quasimodo. The spirit of Quasimodo, once legendary, appears as the guardian of the cathedral and #39's secrets. He provides Emily with important clues and has a profound impact on her journey. Plot summary. 1. The quest begins. Emily discovers a suspicious clue in an ancient document in Notre Dame Cathedral, and embarks on an expedition with Julian to find the cathedral and #39's hidden treasure. 2. Shadows of the past. As Emily follows the legend of Quasimodo, she discovers a hidden story that shakes up the cathedral and #39's history. In the process, she encounters traces of Quasimodo and #39's sacrifice and love. 3. Modern challenges. Julian uses his skills to decipher the cathedral and #39's complex machinery, and struggles with his rivalry with Luke. 4. Trust and betrayal. As the adventure progresses, Emily and Julian build trust in each other, but the arrival of Luke causes a rift in their relationship. 5. The reality of the legend. Emily encounters the spirit of Quasimodo and realizes the truth of the legend, gaining new insight into her own destiny. 6. The nature of the legacy. At the last moment, Emily and Julian uncover the identity of the treasure, realizing that it is not simply a material legacy, but a deep human emotion and historical value. Theme and message. And Quat. The legacy of Notre Dame and Quat conveys the message that true treasure is not something that can be seen with the eyes but something that is in the heart through the contrast between greed and love. The legend of Quasimodo and the legacy he leaves behind remind us of fundamental human emotions and values. Ending idea. Emily and Julian discover a treasure in a hidden space in Notre Dame Cathedral, but it is a touching message and work of art left by people from the past. Instead of taking the treasure, they choose to share this legacy with the world. Their choice becomes an opportunity to renew the beauty of love and sacrifice in the present. And Quasimodo and #39's spirit disappears as if blessing their decision. Chapter 1. The beginning of the quest. The summer sunlight of Paris gently sank down on the ancient bricks of Notre Dame Cathedral. Emily stood in front of the main entrance of the cathedral, taking a moment to catch her breath and look around, overwhelmed by the aura of the old building. In her hand was a copy of a recently discovered ancient document. The document was said to contain clues to a treasure that had disappeared centuries ago. As a historian and archaeologist, Emily had dedicated her life to unearthing the legacy of the past and reconsidering its meaning. She believed that Notre Dame Cathedral was more than just a building. The cathedral was a crossroads of time, a place that had watched the passage of time in the center of Paris. Julian was beside Emily, staring at his smartphone screen, searching through numerous data and images. Here, Emily, there is a record that if you follow these coordinates, There is a hidden room inside the cathedral, he said, pointing to the screen. As a technology expert, Julian was excellent at using the latest technology to solve puzzles of history. The two of them stepped into the cathedral. Their goal was clear: uncovering the mystery hidden behind the walls of Notre Dame. The cathedral and #39's Gothic arches and stained glass windows shone brightly, welcoming their journey. Emily and Julian began to explore every nook and cranny of the cathedral, searching for clues hidden in old sculptures and paintings. Their journey was more than just a treasure hunt. It was a journey to shed new light on the history and legends of mankind, and to discover the truth hidden within them. And quote, Julian. According to this document, the legend of Quasimodo is connected to the treasure hidden here, end quote. Emily said, looking over the contents of the document again. End quote. His sacrifice and love are deeply engraved here, end quote. Julian nodded. End quote. Yes. The story of Quasimodo may not be mere fiction, but part of history. The treasure we are seeking may be his legacy, end quote. He replied. They headed into the dark corners of the cathedral. The smell of old bricks and wood tickled their nostrils, and traces of the past surrounded them. Emily held up her flashlight and shone it on the wall, carefully examining the subtle marks. Here, this isn't just decoration. It's pointing to something, she said, pointing to a specific part of the wall. Julian took a picture of the pattern carved into the wall with his smartphone and analyzed the image. This could be an ancient code. It'll take some time to decipher, but it could very well be part of what we're looking for, he said. Their search wasn't simply a journey to find traces of the past, but a journey to uncover the truth of the present through them. Trusting each other's abilities, Emily and Julian stepped into the deep mysteries of Notre Dame Cathedral. Their adventure had only just begun, and no one knew what truth awaited them. But they were certain the legacy they would discover would be more than just gold or silver. It would contain profound insights into the essential emotions and values of human nature. Love and sacrifice. Chapter 2. Shadows of the past. Emily and Julian walked through the dark hallways of Notre Dame Cathedral, following clues they had found in ancient texts. The stone walls of the cathedral bore the marks of time, and within them were hidden many stories. Emily felt as if she was walking into history as she traced the walls with her fingertips. The legend of Quasimodo lingered in her mind. Quasimodo, a symbol of love and sacrifice, lived his life as a bell ringer at the cathedral, and his story still lingered here. Emily recalled the contents of the ancient document she had found. The document told the story of Esmeralda, whom Quasimodo loved. Quasimodo fought to protect her on the roof of the cathedral, and eventually gave his life for her. This story of sacrifice deeply moved Emily, and she realized that the legend of Quasimodo was not just a story, but a symbol of essential human emotions and values. Julian, on the other hand, was focused on deciphering the complex mechanical devices of the cathedral. He wanted to use his latest technology to find hidden information related to the structure of the cathedral. His technical ability meant more than just technology. Through his long friendship with Emily, he was realizing how technology and history could be interconnected. However, there was still a shadow of the past in his mind that he did not know, and it gradually blocked his path. Emily and Julian found an old secret door in a corner of the cathedral. When they opened the door, they entered a hidden room thickly covered with shadows of the past. Traces of Quasimodo remained in the room. There were old bells, small statues he had left behind, and names carved on the walls. Emily felt traces of Quasimodo's agony, love, and sacrifice in those names. In this room, Emily encountered Quasimodo's spirit. Without saying a word, he gave her an important clue. His eyes were deep and sad, and they spoke volumes about what he had tried to protect. At that moment, Emily realized that this journey was not simply about finding treasure, but about understanding human emotions and history. Julian analyzed the mechanical device he had found in a corner of the room and thought about his rivalry with Luke. He was afraid to confront his past, but he hoped that through his adventures with Emily, he would find himself. He began to feel that Quasimodo's story had some meaning for him as well. This chapter is a pivotal turning point for Emily and Julian, as they come to understand the legend of Quasimodo in the shadows of their past, and realize that their journey is not simply a treasure hunt, but an exploration of human nature. Quasimodo's sacrifice and love have a profound effect on them, and give them a new direction for their journey. Chapter 3. Modern challenges. Emily and Julian continue their journey through the intricate Gothic structure of Notre Dame Cathedral. This magnificent structure seems to stand still in time, holding both the past and the present at the same time. They explore the hidden mechanisms throughout the cathedral, trying to decipher their secrets. Julian uses cutting-edge technology to figure out how the old mechanisms inside the cathedral work. Using drones and 3D scanning technology, he precisely analyzes the cathedral's interior and reconstructs the workings of the hidden mechanisms based on the results. This device is not just a decoration, Julian explains to Emily. It's like a giant puzzle, where all the pieces must fit together to reveal its meaning. Emily carefully examines the ancient symbols and inscriptions carved into each part of the cathedral, hoping to find clues to the legend of Quasimodo. She is convinced that the symbols carved into the Gothic architecture are not mere decoration, but hold secrets from the past. However, they soon encounter a mysterious figure named Luke, who is a rival for the treasure Emily and Julian are seeking, and who interferes with their quest. Luke's appearance creates tension between Emily and Julian. Testing their trust, Luke argues that the legacy of Notre Dame is not just a legend, but has real value, and he thwarts their plans. Maybe what we're looking for isn't just gold or jewels, Julian tells Emily carefully. But Luke doesn't care to know that. He's just trying to satisfy his own greed. Along the way, Julian is confronted with his own past. He was once a respected figure in the world of archaeology, but his past mistakes have ruined his reputation. Unraveling the secrets of Notre Dame Cathedral is more than just an adventure for him. It is an opportunity to wash away his past. Emily follows the legend of Quasimodo, delving deep into the complex history of the cathedral and the human emotions entangled within it. She discovers traces of love and sacrifice left by Quasimodo, and explores the possibility that they are not just legends but real. Quasimodo's spirit inspires her and gives her a new direction in her quest. Legends aren't just stories of the past, Emily tells Julian. They're stories we can learn from today. Quasimodo's sacrifice isn't just a romantic legend. It offers deep insight into the nature of humanity. In the end, Emily and Julian overcome Luke's interference and get a little closer to uncovering the hidden secrets of Notre Dame Cathedral. Combining modern technology and past knowledge, they come one step closer to the truth of the legend. In the process, they realize the true meaning of exploration and understand that what they are looking for is not simply a material heritage. Through moments where past and present technology, human greed and love intersect, this chapter conveys that the legacy of Notre Dame has a deeper meaning than a simple legend. Emily and Julian's adventure becomes not a simple treasure hunt, but a journey that explores the essence of human history and emotions. Chapter 4. Trust and Betrayal. Emily and Julian walked carefully through the dark corridors of Notre Dame Cathedral. The subtle light from the cathedral's magnificent stained glass gradually illuminated their faces. The two depended on each other as they tracked the location of the treasure hidden within the cathedral. However, Their exploration was going in an unexpected direction. Julian stopped in front of the cathedral's complex machinery and took out his laptop. "From here on out, we need the power of technology," he said. Emily watched him quietly, watching him quickly input the code. At that moment, she recalled a hazy memory from the past in Julian's serious expression. Their friendship, which had continued since their school days, was like a ray of light in a world full of greed and selfishness. However, the cracks in their relationship began to appear because of the appearance of Luke. Luke was a mysterious figure, whose identity and intentions were still unclear. He seemed to be trying to interfere with Emily and Julian's exploration and take over the legacy of Notre Dame. Emily was suspicious of Luke's intentions, but she had to admit that the information he provided was useful for the exploration. One night, Emily encountered Luke in a secret passage in the cathedral. "Why are you helping us?" she asked cautiously. Luke answered with a smile. "I just want to know the truth. Whatever it is." His voice was sincere, but Emily still couldn't completely trust him. After meeting Luke, Emily began to feel uneasy about her relationship with Julian. Julian was also wary of Luke and #39's presence and warned Emily not to contact him anymore. However, Emily could not avoid contact with Luke in order to solve her doubts. Julian used his skills to find a way to a hidden room in the cathedral. "And quat, this is the place we were looking for, and quat," he said excitedly. But at that moment, Emily was astonished by the truth she encountered there. The room was filled with old documents and works of art related to the legend of Quasimodo. They were of indescribable value, containing human sacrifice and love. However, what weighed on Emily and #39's heart even more was Julian and #39's reaction. He was obsessed with the desire to make the treasure his own. "And quat, this is the true treasure we have been looking for, and quat," he said. Emily was shocked by his words. And in that moment, she realized Julian and #39's hidden greed. Emily was deeply troubled, but her true beliefs did not change. She realized that the legend of Quasimodo was not simply about material heritage, but about deep human emotions, sacrifice, and love. She approached Julian and said quietly, "And quat, the true treasure is not the heritage we leave behind, but what we learn from it, and quat." Emily and #39's words touched Julian and #39's heart. He remained silent for a moment, then finally nodded and took her hand. The two decided to share their discovery with the world. Their choice became the opportunity to renew the beauty of love and sacrifice in the present. And Quasimodo and #39's spirit disappeared as if blessing their decision. With this, Emily and Julian began a new journey to spread the true heritage of Notre Dame to the world. Recalling the meaning of human greed, love, and sacrifice. Chapter 5. The reality of the legend. Emily waited anxiously beneath the spire of Notre Dame Cathedral on the night of her anticipated meeting with Quasimodo and #39's spirit. She had felt something watching her from the shadows of the cathedral many times before, but this time the feeling was even stronger. In her hand was an old codex found in an ancient document. This document contained important clues related to the legend of Quasimodo. The content of the document traced the historical background of 15th-century France and detailed how Quasimodo devoted his life as a bell ringer in the midst of the social and political chaos of the time. In particular, the suffering Quasimodo had to endure because of his appearance and the pure love he harbored, despite it were at the center of the story. Through this record, Emily realized that Quasimodo was not a mere legendary figure, but a real guardian of the cathedral. As she read the document, a faint light appeared in a dark corner of the cathedral. The light gradually took shape and transformed into the form of Quasimodo. His spirit, as a transcendent being, quietly approached Emily. Emily was surprised, but not afraid. She approached him and told him that she wanted to understand the meaning of his legacy. Quasimodo's spirit silently beckoned to Emily. He guided her into the deepest part of the cathedral. There, with a timeless silence, was a secret room hidden for centuries that no one had discovered. The walls of the room were filled with carvings Quasimodo had carved with his own hands. The carvings contained his love, his pain, and the peaceful world he had dreamed of. At this moment, Emily realized that Quasimodo's true legacy was not his treasures, but the art he had created through his life and love. She wept and thanked his spirit. Quasimodo's spirit smiled and disappeared, leaving her with one last clue. The clue was left on the blank margins of an ancient document. It read, "Love shines brightest in places unseen." Emily took this sentence to heart and returned to Julian. She told him what she had discovered, and the two of them decided to share this legacy with the world. As Emily and Julian left Quasimodo's room, the cathedral bells rang. It was as if Quasimodo was blessing their decision, foreshadowing that their story would shine again in a new era. As they left Notre Dame Cathedral, they were once again convinced that the true legacy is not in material things, but in the human heart. Emily and Julian now set about making their discovery known to the people. Through Quasimodo's story, they wanted to remind the modern world of the true meaning of love and sacrifice. Their journey was over, but their story was just beginning. Chapter 6, The Real Story *. Emily walked through the dark corridors of the cathedral, her mind filled with the legend of Quasimodo. The clues she found in ancient texts and the cathedral's frescoes led her to the deepest part of the cathedral. There, she realized that the legend she was about to face was not a simple story. Quasimodo's spirit appeared before her, proving that his existence was not a mere legend or illusion. Quasimodo's spirit existed to protect the cathedral's secrets. He approached Emily and spoke in a soft voice. And quote, "True treasures are not material things, but emotions and memories that are deeply embedded in the human heart." End quote. His words resonated deeply with Emily. She had been wondering what the treasure she had been searching for was. Julian succeeded in deciphering the complex machinery through technology, but in the process, his competition with Luke became fiercer. Luke was ready to pay any price to obtain the treasure, and his plan tested Emily and Julian and *39's relationship. However, Quasimodo and *39's spirit provided them with a crucial moment of choice. He helped them realize the true nature of their legacy. In a hidden space in the cathedral, Emily and Julian discovered that the treasure was not simply gold and silver, but touching messages and works of art left by people from the past. The messages were about Quasimodo and *39's sacrifice and love, and the legacy he left behind reminded them of fundamental human emotions and history. As Emily looked into Quasimodo and *39's spirit, she realized that her most important mission was to make the world aware of the legacy he had protected. She and Julian decided to reveal that legacy to the world. Their choice became the opportunity to continue the beauty of love and sacrifice in a new way in the modern era. And Quasimodo and *39's spirit disappeared as if blessing their decision. As the cathedral bells rang, Emily and Julian looked at each other. They realized that true legacy is not something that can be seen with the eyes, but something that is deeply embedded in the heart. Their adventure was over, but the truth they had discovered would remain in their hearts forever. And quote, the legacy of Notre Dame and quote, had re-instilled in them the essential emotions and history of humanity. And they vowed to pass that legacy on to future generations. The legend of Quasimodo was now reborn in their hearts in a new form.